No, not really. Too soon. But obviously the same area, so we're concerned. And we'll have to see over the next 24, 48 hours.
Injury?
No, at the moment it's a bit too soon. But I think there was that action that you mentioned. It's a sort of a chop, and he felt something there. So we'll just have to see how the extent of it and keep our fingers crossed at the moment. Yeah, he's disappointed. Of course he is. Yeah, but again, we're just at the moment we're in a stage where we're just hoping that it isn't as bad, and we keep our fingers crossed. Yeah, I mean he's been really disappointed to miss the World Cup. Of course, it was a huge blow for him. He wanted to give himself every chance to be in the squad, and you can see today with his quality what he brings to the team. So he's just had to deal with the injury and try and get back fit, and I think he's done that well. And we're taking steps, and the plan was for him not to play 90 tonight. It was to play 60, 65 minutes, which was a build-up from what he did previously. So now he's disappointed, of course, at the moment. And like I said, we just want to hope that it's not as bad as it was, and then he can get on a speedier recovery. Well, you have to always look at, I think, in two ways. We haven't been perfect ourselves, and we can't say that we've been playing well. The last 2 or 3 weeks, at least, of the Premier League campaign before the break, we didn't perform well, and as a result, we didn't get the results we wanted. And so, you understand all the criticism that comes your way, and you understand the pressure, and you understand the expectation, and all that sort of stuff. Of course, you can make a different conversation as well in terms of the challenges we've had and the injury problems we've had and the World Cup coming at a time, etc., etc. But they're just reasons, and we have to just balance the both and try to get a bit of perspective. You have to remember what this club's been through over a short period of time in terms of transition. It's been, I would say, very, very significant. And then you have to deal with that and try to stabilise and try to improve the team, and that's where we're at. Well, of course I hope they do, but I can also understand when we're not playing well and things don't look as good as they would like, that of course everybody gets frustrated. I understand that. And I'm not naive. There'll be people that go, he's not good, or he's not this, or he's not that. That's happened throughout my career. I'll go out to Ostersund and you go on a website in the first 18 months and Potter was rubbish. So that's normal. And there'll be people in this room that will think the same. But I could probably give you a lot of evidence to suggest the otherwise. So thankfully they have the similar opinion, and there's been a lot of support out there for me in terms of interactions I've had with our supporters that understand the situation we're in and very, very supportive. But I'm not naive. Like I said, we haven't been perfect, so we have to accept any criticism that comes our way when we don't get the performances and the results that you want here. I think it's probably a bit of everything. I mean, Reece was playing well, and he's a top player. I mean, as much as we think coaches are magicians, believe you me, if you've got top players, it makes the coach's job a lot easier. And you could see the quality that Reece brings down that right side in the first half, especially. And then to see him go off, I think probably affects the stadium, it affects the team, it affects everything. Not that that's an excuse, but we're human beings as well, and he's someone that we care a lot about. And there's going to be a little bit of concern and worry, and I think that's quite natural, especially with the results that we've had, and you want to try and hold on to your win, and I think that affected our performance in the second half. Well, I think Reece is a world-class player. Like, you see it from the outside, and it's not until you work with him you realise how good he is. He's an incredible player. So he would fit into any team in the world. He could play in any team in the world. So any team would miss him.
Okay, last question in this section.
Well, unfortunately my answer is I don't speak about anybody that's not a Chelsea player. There's lots of people get linked to this football club, and I'd be wasting mine and your time if I responded to everyone. I always say that the club's responsibility is to try to improve the team in every window. That's every club. But my job is, as the head coach, to try and improve the players that we have here and to improve the team. So that's what I'll be focusing on.